Hello, and this is Christopher Smith's project presenting. Student number is S5012588. I've developed a simple UI for displaying my favorite chocolate cake with a short description, a rating, and comments by the users who see the cake. To display this content, I've designed a food component which will return a cake object. I've set a user just as a placeholder until later. I've created a full VStack for all of my exterior container with the cake image as the head item in that VStack. And then containing a HStack with the cake's name and its rating displayed here. And then a VStack underneath that with the cake's description and the text of any user that may put in a rating. I've created the food component with this code that is just a function to return a food, similar to a CRUD action where you would get an object from a database and then use that to display that content on the router or the view page. I've created 3 classes: a food superclass with a description here. The food contains the name, description, and rating for that food, and the rating is instantiated as another object that I'll get to in just a moment, with the initializers being the name and the description for that food, and the rating being instantiated as a default structure. Food rating is just a score, and the content about that rating content is just the user's comments at the moment. That may change in future iterations of this code. And a score is just a 1 to 5 score. There is currently no enforcement on that, but that will again come in future iterations. For my project, I've instantiated a cake object. It contains just the image name for that type of food, and then uses the super class of food to instantiate itself with the image name, a description, and obviously that rating we saw before. To test my code, I've written 2 tests. One that we can create a cake, as that's what's being used in the code. And it's just a test of that. You can create that class with the correct details, and then test that you can add a rating to that cake, since that is also being used within the code. And then I've also added a secondary subtest within this test function that you can change the content as many times as you want, and that the code is able to handle that. And I realize I've forgotten to exassert equals here, so just give me 1 second. And if we rerun that test, it should pass. Build successful. And test complete. Yep, and that test has passed. And testing that you can create a food. I've added a breakpoint. Apologies. I'll just try that again. Stop that other test. And allow this one to run as well. Tests have both succeeded. Okay, and that's the end of my code. I'll just return to the content view so you can see that one more time. Okay, thank you.